Hey, welcome back to another Racer X Track Exam. I'm Donnie Southers. Today I'm joined by one of the unsung heroes of the sport, number 41 on the track, powered by the AEO KTM Power Sports team. Derek Kelley, thank you so much for joining me to look at this week's track in Denver.
All right, thanks for having me.
Of course, man. So before we dig into it, hell of a year you've been having. I feel like a lot of people see your name on the leaderboard. They get a little opportunity to see your face and hear your voice, but you're sitting 10th in points right now. Just three back on Cole Thompson for ninth, and it's not out of the question. You could possibly catch Cameron McAdoo, who's out for the season with injury. You've been an Ironman of sorts. You raced AMA Supercross. You raced all of the nationals last year. You did World Supercross too. Turned pro at the worst possible time. That bonkers 2020 season probably wasn't the best to debut, but you made the best of it. JMC Husky, then AJE Gas Gas, now AEO KTM. So would I be wrong to assume that you've been really gelling with these three-letter Austrian teams?
No, it's been good. I've for pretty much my whole career in pro so far. I've been on the Austrian bikes and they fit me good. I like the steel frame. And all the teams that I've ridden for have been really great and helped me progress and I keep improving every year. So I'm stoked.
Oh, yeah, man. So let's take a look at this track. Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Weather looks good, so track should stay, should turn out pretty close to what we see here. So what is the first thing that stands out to you when you look at this track map for the first time?
No, I mean it's a football stadium track. It's Denver was actually my first pro race at pro Supercross race, so I'm stoked to be coming back again. We were there obviously last year, and then we skipped it in 2020 and 21. But it's definitely a different style race with the bikes being slower and you having to stretch the stuff and whatnot. But it's looking kind of busy. We got two long rhythms, and then obviously a 90 and a 90 straight into whoops. So it's gonna be interesting.
So yeah, like you said, it's a little cookie cutter. We got two lanes on each side, start down the middle. This is yet another long start that goes from end to
Mhm.
almost the other end of the track. Let's talk, and then it jumps straight into a rhythm section. So you have first gate pick. Let's talk about your start. Where are you lining up if you have that first gate pick?
With these long starts, you can kind of get a start from almost anywhere, which is good. Just looking at it, obviously you're going to want to probably be towards the inside with the left-hand turn. So left side of the gate, anywhere from right next to the box to three or four from the inside should be pretty good.
So the first corner into a rhythm is always a little sketchy, but then we have a 180 turn right back around into an even longer rhythm, then a 90 before the third rhythm on the track. So let's talk some lines through these rhythm sections. You come around that first turn, what rhythm are you eyeing up?
Yeah, I mean first turn, if you don't get a good start, you're kind of going to be just trying to fish your way through there without getting in too much contact. But looking at it, it's probably going to be a double, triple on off. I don't really see any other options in there as far as a race line goes. Um, and then it's actually mirrored on the other rhythm up until it looks like the one, two, three, four, the fifth obstacle. So it's going to be double, triple, on off, right hander, on off, probably triple, double would be my guess.
Gotcha. Do you think we're looking over the table into a quad maybe on that short rhythm at the end of the stadium?
Mm, it's going to be tough to get enough speed to go over table quad, especially that's a no way on a 250 at that altitude, but 450 that would be a stretch anyway. So you're probably going to go either over tabletop double double or on off triple.
So
Right.
let's talk about the soil. You raced here. You said your debut was here. You raced here last year. You grew up in Idaho, so you're out on the west, non-California type tracks. How does Denver's dirt compare to the other stops on the circuit?
Um, it's pretty unique as far as how it shapes up. It's last year was really hard packed, and that had a lot to do with the wind on Friday. I don't think they were able to get enough water into the dirt. So it definitely shaped up really hard packed, and honestly that's how it was in 2019 when I raced there for the first time. So it's a really hard pack, crumbly type of dirt that you gotta give it respect or you're gonna wash the front end out.
So we have a pretty long whoop section this weekend, or at least it looks like it could be. Do you think that the dirt is going to hold up to be able to skim them in the night show, or are you going to be practicing the jump line pretty early?
No, I don't think there's going to be any jumpers this weekend. Both years that we were there, they built them pretty mellow, but they ended up getting almost like concrete. So they were skimmers all night long. So with this hard packed dirt, it almost just gets straight blue groove. The tires knock it down, and you can leave the rubber on the pavement per se. So they're going to be skimmers all night long, I think.
It's not called Mile High for nothing, as we're sitting exactly 1 mile above sea level, which obviously neuters the motors a bit. For those of us at home that don't ride Supercross on at 5,000 feet, just how much of a difference is it going to be this weekend to what you normally race?
No, it's pretty significant. Luckily, I got a really good bike under me this year, and I did last year too. So you gotta throw a couple teeth on the rear sprocket, and you gotta hold her wide open because it's gonna take a lot of the bottom end torque out of it, and I mean everything on a 250 is pretty much wide open, so it's even gonna be even more of a stretch for some of these triples out of corners. I mean it doesn't look like we have any too gnarly rhythms, so it's gonna be doubles and then on offs coming out of corners. So it's not gonna be anything crazy.
It does feel like they don't really build a lot of technical tracks in Denver, and that's probably because the bikes are already underpowered, so they don't want to give you too much to work with. Last year in Denver, Hunter Lawrence was the fastest 250 with a 45.252 in qualifying. What is your best guess for the fastest lap time on this track?
I'd have to say it's gonna be a short one. I mean there's only we got one, two, three, four, five. There's only 7 corners on the whole track or 6 corners on the whole track. So it's gonna be quick. It's probably gonna be low 50s to high 40s, like we did last year. It looks like a similar layout. This looks actually exactly like the same corner, like the rhythm lanes and corners as the 2019 track. And I can't remember the exact lap time for that, but it was not a long lap time by any means.
Fair. So let the fans know at home, how can they follow your racing journey, and what is the best way that they can help support your program?
Yeah, I post mostly on Instagram. So Derek Kelley, I think I'm underscore Derek Kelley on Instagram, and then I actually have a YouTube channel that we're actually rebuffing. I bought a new camera this morning, and yeah, so my little brother's gonna be helping me do a vlog this weekend, and you'll be able to follow me there on my YouTube. I have a link in my bio, and yeah, I appreciate you guys if you throw a follow and follow along.
Cool, man. Well, I appreciate it. You coming on, giving me a few minutes of your time to break down this one. Hope you crush it this weekend, homie. And thank you at home for watching another episode of RacerX Track Exam. Be sure to visit racerxonline.com for all of your motocross and supercross news.